imagine, just for a moment, that you were given a gift of $86,400. All right? And there was only one rule that came with that gift, and that is that you had to spend that $86,400 today. Who knows what they would buy with their $86,400? Stanley? Stanley knows what he wants to spend his money on. What would you like to buy with your $86,400? You've got to spend it today.
Oh, wow. Buy a truck.
Buy a truck? Yeah, cool. Cool. What sort of truck would you buy?
Raffle.
Oh, what, sorry?
Raffle.
RAV4, yeah, cool. Cool. Oh, you wouldn't be the only single bloke in your village if you got that flash RAV4. Yeah, cool. What colour do you think it might be?
Ready?
A red one. Yeah, red ones go faster, right? Cool. So Stanley's going to buy a RAV4 with his $86,400. Who else knows what they might spend their $86,400 on? You've got to spend it today.
Property, house.
Put it towards a property or a house. Yeah, something for your future. Yeah, that's a nice way to spend a nice lump sum of money, isn't it? Yeah. Nice one, Lindsay. A nice house for that smoking hot girlfriend of yours to come and live with you in, right? John, how would you like to spend your $86,400?
Reduce my mortgage at the bank.
Yeah, pay off some debt. Pay off some debt. That would give you a nice sense of peace and ease off some of that financial pressure, maybe. What if I was to say tomorrow you're going to get another $86,400, and the rule is you've got to spend that tomorrow. After you bought your car, you bought some property, you paid off your debts. What's another thing that you might spend $86,400 on tomorrow? Maybe something over this side of the table.
Some shares.
Rex?
Buy some shares from.
Some shares. Yeah, buy some shares. BSP shares are doing well. Yeah. Andy's a shareholder in BSP, did you know that? Sorry. Yeah, so you can buy some shares for your future. Yeah.
So work out.
What else might we spend $86,400 on tomorrow, do you think?
I'll give it back to my community.
Give it back to your community. Beautiful.
Good man.
Tomorrow I'll give another one.
Because tomorrow you're going to get another one, right? So you're able to take care, because you're able to take care of those that you care for. And it feels good to help other people in your community, right? Yeah? Beautiful. Beautiful. So, we receive a gift of $86,400 each day. It's not actually dollars. What is it? Do you think? Grace? 86,400. What do you? It's not actually money. What do you think the gift is that we actually get each day? It's what, sorry? Imagination? It is at the moment. But we do actually receive a gift of $86,400 each day. And $86,400 is the number of seconds in your day. And the gift that we receive every day is a gift of time. Yeah? And sometimes I think we tend to take that gift for granted. Yeah? We expect that every day we're going to wake up and we're going to have another chance to do the things that are important to us. And we kind of get caught on, a little bit like the hamster wheel, where we keep doing the same things over and over again. Yeah? Taking each day for granted. Anybody relate? Yeah. Until something comes along that changes the way that we look at time. And for me, that happened on the 18th of May 2018 at 10:30 in the morning when I sat in my doctor's surgery and was told that I had aggressive breast cancer. And at that point, your whole life flashes in front of your eyes, yeah? And you start to think, whoa, I didn't see that coming, yeah? And I was a single mum at the time. I'd been divorced and I had a daughter who was 14. And I loved her very much. And the first thing that came to my mind was, how's this beautiful girl going to grow up without a mum if I die? Through those formative years, for a teenage girl, really important to be around, to have your mum around, yeah? Yeah. And the second thing that I started to think about was the other person that I loved, and that was my boyfriend at the time, who I met, and we were in a fairly new relationship. But I thought, is he going to want to hang around? Because this is going to be a pretty bumpy ride ahead. Does he deserve this? And is he going to want to stick around? And, what's this journey going to look like? And the doctor was telling me that, there was going to be 3 stages. And the first stage was surgery to have the tumour removed. After that, there was 5 months of chemotherapy and a very strong chemotherapy drug for the first 3 months, which was, really tough. Got very, very sick, lost all my hair, very unwell throughout that process, and lots of different things going on in your body that you can't control, and very tired because your body's actually dying. It's killing off a lot of the things, cells in your body so that it can regrow again. Yeah. So that was the chemo journey. It was 5 months, and then after the chemo journey, the third leg was radiation, and that was 20 rounds of radiation over 4 weeks, so every day for 5 days, going back to the hospital and having radiation. So it was a pretty long journey and pretty challenging. And so the first thing I thought about, the immediate thing I thought about was the people that I loved. The second thing I thought about was, I don't want to die, I want to survive. So how do I look after myself physically and mentally to have the right mindset and to look after my wellness as much as I can during this journey that's going to be pretty tough on my body. And the third thing I thought about was, what type of life do I want to create after this? What is it that's most important to me? What are the things that actually really matter? What's the stuff that I've always been stressed about or worried about or trying to do that actually isn't that important anymore? Yeah. So this was my last day of chemotherapy on the left. My hair was just starting to grow back because I was on the second chemotherapy drug, which is a little bit gentler. But it was the last day of chemo here. And on the evening, it was sort of close to my birthday, so we had a party to celebrate my birthday. And I invited all the friends and family that had supported me through the journey. And we had a celebration of life. I called it my breast ever birthday party with all my breast friends, and we kind of had a bit of fun for the night. But one of the things that helped me to get through was my gratitude jar. And what I did is, throughout the whole journey actually, I would write 3 notes and put it in my jar every morning. 1 note for something I was grateful for. what's one good thing in my life that I can be grateful for? And there was only a couple of days throughout that journey I couldn't think of anything to be grateful for. And on those days I would pull out notes and remember all of the beautiful things that were in my life, you know. And I found that gratitude and just really appreciating what we've got helped me to get through a tough journey. I decided to move from the city, from Brisbane up to the Sunshine Coast, which is a beach area about an hour and a half north of Brisbane. And I wanted to go and live in a nice place and have a healthy lifestyle. And so I used to, you know, spend a lot of time near the water and met some beautiful friends and, you know, got a bit active, tried to do a bit of walking and get outside and enjoy nature and live somewhere that was beautiful. And my boyfriend is no longer my boyfriend, but he is my husband. And so Andy and I got married in 2021. It's actually our anniversary in 2 weeks. I'm going to be in Vanuatu for that. So we got married, and this man stood by me throughout the whole period, and you know, took care of me and went to the doctor's appointments and all of those things that were, you know, probably a bit outside of his job description for a new relationship.
She was a smart enough, babe.
And so we got married, and we eloped up to Port Douglas, and 50 of our friends came with us, and we decided to have a wedding in a beautiful spot. This is my daughter here, Tiana, next to me. She's now 21 and doing great. This is Andy's two sons here, Philip and Sam, and his two grandsons, Corbin and Dexter. His granddaughter Lila, and the boys Alicia and Bree, who's Philip and Sam's partners. Yeah. So I inherited 2 sons and 2 daughters-in-law and 3 grandchildren. Pretty lucky, hey? Yeah. And so now we have a beautiful blended family. We worked on our business together, and we created Shine Executive because we wanted to do a business that was joyful and where we could have an impact and help others. And so we created Shine, which is all about empowering people to build capability and confidence in the workplace. Yeah. And last year in November, we were able to sponsor through our company a breast cancer fundraising event in our local area, and that was our full circle. We donated $10,000 Australian, which is about 50,000 Solomon dollars, to breast cancer nurses. And we had a fabulous night where we brought 200 women together and we sang and we danced, and it was like a big karaoke party. Yeah? Leo would have loved it. He could have been there singing with us, girlfriend. Right? So we had a fabulous night, and there's a little cameo appearance from somebody in the bottom corner.
Good job the lights are on, you can't see it.
That's Andy dressed up in his pink with the big the
Real men can wear pink.
Same pink is the colour of fun. So he was advertising our event as well, getting dressed up in pink and having a lot of fun.
But I wasn't allowed to go because it was all women.
So that was our journey, and we're here today, feeling very blessed for everything that's brought us here. And for me, you know, they say that change happens by choice, chance, or crisis. Yeah? And for me, it was a crisis, right? It really changed the way that I looked at my life and my time and what was most important. And I didn't take a day for granted anymore. I appreciated every day. So thinking I might die actually taught me how I wanted to live. Yeah? And this afternoon, we're going to be spending some time focusing on what's important for you in your life. Because often we just get caught up doing the same old thing and we're on a path and we don't always just stop to take time to reflect on what is most important. Anybody agree? Yeah. Yes, this afternoon we're going to spend a little bit of time focusing on what's most important in your roles at work, right? What are the things that will help you to have the success that you want to achieve professionally? But we're also going to look at what are the most important things that are going to fill you with joy and happiness and well-being so that you go home at the end of the day to the people that you love with some juice left in your tank, yeah? Feeling good, yeah? Proud of your achievements, but ready to give the people that you love the best of you, not what's left of you. How does that sound? Are we up for that?
Yes.
Awesome. All